Peace to the fam. Ashe, Hotep. How's everybody doing out there? Baba Luai, Nu Shabazallah, Dr. Carbon, the Medicine Man. Coming back through this series, continuing on with the Black Manifesto from 1969. We're talking about what we should do. It has already been done. And what we need to do is continue with the best that was left to us. These things were left to us through the heroic contributions of our elders, our ancestors living and past, who are brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, cousins, friends, neighbors. Their heroic contributions came through their direct action, through their mentorship, through their planning and their business training, through their entrepreneurship, when they brought the hubs of culture, through the data collection, when they were identifying barriers, opportunities, they were reflecting realities and the needs, they were addressing the systemic, they were implementing the reforms, they were policing standards, the community support, they were recognizing the Black excellence, and they were supporting Black healing. The slogan for this 1969 conference, where they came together to make the Black Manifesto, was "All roads must lead to revolution. Unite with whomever you can unite. Neutralize wherever possible. Fight the enemy relentlessly. Victory to the people. Life and good health to mankind. Resistance to the domination of the white Christian churches and Jewish synagogues. And revolutionary Black power. We shall win, without a doubt." So continuing on, we're going on with what the Blacks must do. What we must do. What it is. We were at number 7. Number 7 of the Black Manifesto, put together in 1969, states, "We need to reproduce and distribute en masse leaflets, news items, press releases, and literature, and release this material wherever possible. We call upon all delegates to find within their white community or within the neighboring white community those forces which will work under the leadership of Blacks to implement these demands by whatever means necessary. By taking such actions, the whites will demonstrate concretely that they are willing to fight racism. We call upon the white Christians and Jews to participate and practice patience, to practice tolerance, to practice understanding and nonviolence, as they have encouraged and advised and demanded that we Blacks should do. This is going to be a true test of their faith and belief in the cross and the words of the prophets. This will certainly be a test as we seek legitimate and extremely modest reparations for our people, the role in the development of this industrial base of the Western world through our slave labor. But we are no longer slaves. We are men and women, proud of our African heritage and determined to have our dignity. Number 10, we are so proud of our African heritage, and we realize concretely that our struggle is not only to make revolution, but to protect our brothers and sisters in Africa by whatever means necessary, including the armed struggle. We are and must be willing to fight the defamation of the African image wherever it rears its ugly head. Number 11, we fully recognize that revolution is more than a one-dimensional operation. It will require the total interaction of the political, the economic, and the military components, and therefore we call upon all brothers and sisters who have acquired training and expertise in the fields of engineering, electronics, research, community organization, in physics and biology, in chemistry and mathematics, in medicine and military science and welfare to assist the National Black Economic Development Conference in the implementation of this program already laid out for us. These heroic contributions, because what should be done has already been done. So we need to continue with the best that was left to us. To implement these demands, we must have a fearless leadership. We must have a leadership which is willing to bottle the church establishment and implement these demands. To win our demands, we will have to declare war on the church and the synagogues, and that means we will have to fight the total government structure of this country. Let no one here think that these demands will be met by our mere stating them. For the sake of the churches and the synagogues, we hear that they have the wisdom and the understanding that these demands are modest and reasonable. But if they're not willing to meet our demands through peace and goodwill, then we are prepared to declare war and to fight by whatever means necessary. We are therefore proposing the election of the following steering committee. Some of the names were part there of 1969. Maybe you have some family names that are connected here. Lucius Walker, Margaret Comfort, Benny Freeman, Earl Allen, Luke Tripp, Robert Brown, Howard Fuller, Vincent Harding, James Foreman, Mike Hamlin, John Watson, Len Holt, Dan Aldridge, Peter Bernard, John Williams, Michael Wright, Ken Cockrell, Mohammed Kenyatta, Chuck Wooten, Mel Jackson, the mighty, mighty Fannie Lou Hamer, Howard Moore, Julian Bond, Harold Holmes. Brothers and sisters, we are no longer shuffling our feet and scratching our heads. We are tall, black, and proud. We are not threatening the churches. We are saying that we know that the churches came with the might of the military and the colonizers have been sustained by the military. Hence, if the churches in the colonizing territories were established by the military might, we know deep within our hearts that we must be prepared to use force to get our demands. We're not saying that this is the road we want to take. It is not. But let us be clear that we are not opposed to force, and we are not opposed to violence. We were captured in Africa by violence. We were kept in bondage by violence, political servitude through violence, forced to work as slaves by violence, by the military machine, the church, hand in hand. Dang. Black Manifesto 1969. These are the demands that are put together. I mean, we summarize them in a lot of ways here, make this presentation. A lot of this information is for you to dive deep, find out more on and how this reflected. Now, they took this manifesto and traveled across the country, across different parts of the world, to take back to our organizations, to our groups, to our churches, and implement these demands to show forth, to ask, to push, to pump. These are Black United Fronts. This is Black people at Black Rose Nation. We'll be building on how this Black Manifesto in 1969 in Detroit came here to New Brunswick, to the St. John area, how it traveled up and down the East Coast, and how it connects us to families, friends, people you know, to us, to you. Revolutionary Black Power. This is Bubba Lou, Inu Shabazz of the Black Rose Nation, dropping the jewels that you'll be able to find out and research on. Follow the links, follow the names. One love.